Welcome to The Sales Nerds, the people who are trying to save the galaxy one sale at a time by being the superheroes of the sales community, or at least their sidekicks.
Good morning, sales nerds, sales ninjas. This is Sundance Brennan. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning so far. It's Wednesday. As many of you know, I talk a lot about sales. I am the sales nerd. I also want to talk about leadership from time to time. And I've been leading sales teams, managing sales teams for a very long time. I got my first assistant manager role in 1999. So it's been a few years, right? And as you can imagine, I've made a few mistakes along the way. So one of my goals is to try and help you so that you don't have to make my mistakes, whether it's sales or leadership. So all of you folks who are aspiring leaders or in a leadership role now, I hope this helps you because I've made some big mistakes over the years. All right, so three biggest mistakes. So number one, I try to do everything myself and I try to help everybody, right? I was a micromanager. So many moons ago, I took over a sales team. In this particular case, I wanted to make sure that I could show my worth. I could prove to everybody that I was the right guy for the job and I could coach everybody. So I had some folks who needed more attention than others. And for whatever reason, I didn't give them the attention. Instead, I just did it for them. So I did a lot of the sales activities for them. I would pitch a deal. I would structure a deal. I would resell it for them. So I would spend a lot of my time on, let's say, out of 15 people, maybe 2. And I kept these people alive. I kept their career going for, yay me, for, I don't know, maybe 6 months, a year, something like that. So their career perpetuated, right? But what I didn't realize was that I was giving them so much attention that the rest of the team was becoming a little bitter about it. There was some animosity. And I wasn't doing these 2 individuals any favors whatsoever because they never had to learn how to actually do the job. So by doing more, I was actually doing less. I was taking the easy way out, and it was hurting my overall team, my overall results, because we were getting by, but we weren't succeeding. Instead, I should have been coaching those folks more on how to do the right things, how to be self-sufficient, how to ask the right questions, how to do it themselves, right? So I should have taught them how to fish instead of giving them the fish. So that's my first biggest mistake. Second biggest mistake, not saying thank you. So for all the folks that have ever worked for me or have worked with me, or heck, if I've worked for you and I haven't said thank you, I apologize, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because everything that you've done has helped me, right? Helped me get to where I am right now, helped clients. Hopefully I've helped you. Hopefully there's been some reciprocity there, but I'm terrible at saying thank you. And I'm of the philosophy, like, I'm internally motivated. I just think that, hey, when you're doing a job, like, why do I have to say thank you? Yeah, you did your job. But that's important. It's important to get that recognition every once in a while, to get, somebody to say, yeah, to say, yeah, you did help me out there. You did a good job. Yeah, it was expected, but you know what? Like, you executed. And I'll tell you what, the difference between what you want and what you get is the execution. And not everybody executes. True story. I don't know why, but it just happens. So I've got to tell you that I should say thank you more often. I've tried over the years to get better at this, to send voicemails, to specifically thank people, to write thank you notes, to actually take a part of my day. In fact, I've carried change around, 5 pennies in my pocket. If you ask me about it, I've got 5 cough drops in my pocket today. So every time I give a compliment or say thank you to somebody, something nice, I got to remind myself to do this, right? I take the cough drop out and I move it to the other pocket, or I put it in my mouth. So if you see me doing this, that's why I do this. It's because it's not my normal behavior, but I know that it's important. I know that people desire that and they need that feedback, and I failed miserably at that early on in my career, and I have to remind myself to do that. So if you are just getting into leadership, remind yourself, thank your people, because it's important. All right, last but not least, so just to recap, we said don't do it all yourself. You can't do it. You got to say thank you more often than not, right? And last but not least, man, you got to know yourself. So I didn't know what kind of a leader I was You know, I was kind of finding myself. I'm not sure whose philosophy this is, but there's like a warrior, there's sovereign leadership, there's the magician, and you got to know what kind of person you are. So early on in my career, I tried to be the warrior, right? I just took power and I took charge and I said so you have to do it. And I think it's because I was young and I didn't know what I was doing, and I was afraid people wouldn't listen to me as, 20, young 30s, that sort of thing. But that's not my natural style, and it was forceful and it made me unhappy and I was miserable. So if you're not that kind of person, don't be that kind of leader. Figure out who you are, right? From time to time, I can slip into that if needed. If you need me to be that leader, I can do it for a little while, but it's not comfortable for me. I tend to, try to be a what we call a sovereign leader, servant leadership. I love that. I led many sales teams over the years, and right, they're not democracies, right? They're more like a monarchy, but I try to be a sovereign leader where you want your people to be happy, right? Now, most of the time though, I'm a magician. Right? I work some behind the scenes stuff. I plant the seeds. I make the magic happen. Now I know I'm this way, so I got to find other leaders who balance me out, who might be the warrior. I might have a right-hand guy, and if you've been my right-hand guy over the years, Dobson, Ripper, Cedarbaum, you guys have been the warrior for me, right? I needed a right-hand guy who was a warrior because that's not my natural tendency, so I needed somebody else to lean on for that, right? So know who you are, that way you can ask for help and get it, and that way you can have a balanced leadership team, all right? So thank you to everybody. See, I'm thanking people better, all right? And I'm not doing everything myself. Sell well, have a great day. I'm Sundance, I'm the sales nerd. Adios.